All right, so what's up, everyone? Right here on our amazing Eli and Mike podcast again. And I want to introduce you guys to one of our most amazing guests here on our podcast. We have Marlene Dizzle.
Hi, guys.
We loved you. We loved you. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Looking so glamorous,
I'm
like
a little
always.
nervous.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I feel like I have to throw it out there just so people know. So I can be like, all right, I'm not nervous no more.
Okay, good.
And just so you guys know, we took one little tiny tequila shot right before we started on purpose because we don't want her too nervous. And
they know me. I always have to take a tequila.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. We have to make the
I'm always
tequila
down.
shot. Yes, love it, love it. But you're always looking glamorous on your Instagram, on your TikTok, and so you're always ready, which is so amazing. And that's kind of like how we portray ourselves as well. We're always ready because you never know what you're gonna run into. You know what I mean? But we want to talk to you a little bit about, yourself, your social media. Let's start with TikTok. I know you have like a ton of followers. So how did you get big on TikTok? Because, a lot of individuals nowadays, they're using this as an avenue for work and, to monetize. Mm-hmm. And you're one of those individuals. So how, if anybody's watching right now, what did you do to get big on TikTok?
Well, I started TikTok back in 2020.
Okay.
And it happened randomly.
Mm-hmm.
It was I was expecting it, but not really.
Okay.
And I started on Twitter first. So it wasn't TikTok.
Oh,
right
wow.
away.
Got
okay.
it.
So I made my first video on TikTok, but I posted it on Twitter.
Okay.
Wow.
And that's where it
interesting.
went viral.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So your first video went viral on Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
You
and
can go viral on Twitter? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And it's even harder, I feel, to go viral on Twitter. So
Right.
you getting viral on Twitter is going huge on TikTok. You know what I
but
mean?
also I didn't think anything of it because I had already gone viral. One of my tweets had already gone viral before.
Yes.
And let's say you get 20K likes.
Okay.
But then it ends there.
Got it.
Yes.
And you don't continue growing because it's just a tweet, right?
Yes.
Got it.
So I made my first video. I came across a video on TikTok. It was for Adam Ray OK.
Okay.
He has this character named Rosa.
Mhm.
And I duetted it because I
Okay.
saw other people duetting it. So I'm like, let me see how I would do it.
Yes, I love Rosa.
And I love him too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I
the
love
best.
her and him.
Right. Yeah.
Because I
Exactly.
love Rosa and I love
Yes.
Adam.
Exactly. Yeah. Same.
But I came across his video and then I was supposed to go out that night, to party with my friends.
There we go.
But it was raining.
Okay.
So they canceled. And I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, well, I'm already ready. I'm all glammed up.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
what can I do?
Okay.
So I sat down. I was scrolling through TikTok.
Mhm.
I did my video on TikTok.
Yes.
And then I sent it to my little brother because he's the one that got me into TikTok.
Okay.
He was like, you need to download this app. It's good.
Wow.
And in the beginning, he did tell me, you should post, maybe you can grow there. Because I already wanted to do influencing before.
Got
Okay,
it. So it was already in your mindset.
Yeah.
You already knew influencing
I always
was
wanted
you.
to do the
Love
influencer
this.
life. So
Love this.
I was like, okay, let me just do the video. I sent it to him and he was like, oh my God, this is so cringe, Marlene. What are you doing?
Cringe.
No way.
You
Oh my
know,
God.
a brother being
Yeah,
a brother.
yeah.
Right. Yes.
And I'm
exactly.
like, oh my God, okay, let me redo it. So I redid it because it was
Yeah.
kind of cringe.
Okay. He wasn't lying. He
I
wasn't
wasn't
lying.
comfortable that good
Yeah.
with the camera yet.
Right. Okay. Yes.
So and I redid it again and I basically just pictured myself talking to my friend.
Okay.
And that's when it came out a little bit better.
Got it.
And I didn't send it to my brother no more. I was like, I'm gonna just post it on my
Right.
Twitter,
Okay.
without telling him.
On your Twitter?
Twitter, yeah.
Twitter.
So I
Okay.
saved it from TikTok.
Mhm.
Actually, I published it, put it private,
Mhm.
Okay.
and then I published it on Twitter, and it went viral that night.
Oh my God.
And I went
Wow.
to sleep with 100 retweets, and at the time, 100
Okay.
retweets, it's
That's
you're for sure gonna go viral. with
right.
100
That's
retweets.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I'm like, okay, maybe I get up to 20K likes last time.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it
Wow.
viral.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
Of course.
So once it went viral, I woke up in the morning and had 40K likes. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
wait, this is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And then it kept going up, up,
Mhm,
up. And I'm
mhm.
like, oh my God. And just comments were like, we love this. You should do more videos.
Oh my
we need
God.
more.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, if people are asking for more, it's because
Right.
they like it.
Yeah.
So I plugged in my TikTok.
Okay.
So that's when I'm like, okay, you guys should follow me on my TikTok for
Mhm.
more.
Nice.
And that's how I grew my TikTok.
Wow.
Oh my
so,
God.
so,
epic,
so to say
epic.
that, I mean, I'm going to assume that. So to say that is how you started, and that kind of grew your audience automatically by that one video, huh?
Yeah. But I never stopped on Twitter because
Okay.
Twitter was where I started.
Got it. Okay.
So they wanted more. So I kept posting my videos on Twitter, but now I was also doing it on TikTok.
Amazing. Do you just for information? 'Cause I know a lot of people that watch, they're either new on social media or they like, or maybe they're experts, who knows, but do you repost the same posts on different platforms? Because you know how when you do TikTok and if you want to repost it on another social media platform, it has the TikTok labels. Do you have to remove it, or what do you usually do? Or do you just repost it with the TikTok labels on it?
Sorry.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah, I usually just remove the tag because I've heard that they don't really do good. Like, let's say I'm reposting a video from TikTok to Instagram.
Yes.
I have to remove the TikTok label.
Okay.
Because I heard that from the Instagram, the logarithm, it doesn't really let you, like, they don't bump up your video for other viewers to find you.
I feel like it's that authentication. I feel like they want something unique and fresh, not something that's been used up probably.
But it's not bad to repost. Just make sure to take off the TikTok.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
I see.
definitely.
Yeah.
And there's a way to do that too? Like you can...
I think there's like apps.
There's like this website called Snaptic.
Snaptic.
Snaptic.com. And then basically you just...
Okay, right. Just say,
exclusive.
You know.
Right.
But
now you know.
If you didn't know.
Right, exactly.
So basically you copy the link from your TikTok video. It has to be public.
Okay.
And then you post it on the Snaptic website and it just converts it to the same video but without the
That's
TikTok
insane.
label.
So it like does automatically edits it just by putting it on Snaptic?
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
And
then just like that you have a video on Reels.
Oh my God, loves it. And just going back to, so like when you woke up in the morning, like basically you're like, okay, this hit, like like what has been one of your most viewed videos to date? Is this one of them?
Yeah, I think well, I have like different ones from those duets that I had.
Yes.
But most of them all went viral.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So every time I would post on Twitter, I would get like 10K followers or more every video.
Wow, that's deep.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And I was like, oh my God, like I have to keep doing these because that's going to help me grow.
Right.
And that's what I did. But every time I would do a video, I would always be nervous because I'm like, what if they don't like it? Or what if it doesn't hit? But my brothers were always like, or my family.
Yes.
They were like, just keep doing it. Like you're doing good. Like don't overthink it. Whatever you're doing good. So just keep repeating that.
Do you feel that, I mean, I'm going to call you a little expert, influencing expert. Do you feel like people now, because you know, this was when you started in 2020 and now you've become this influencer that, and again, everybody wants to be more, but I think you're doing amazing.
Thank you.
But where, do you feel like people in today's age have a harder time getting that viral sensation because it's now a newer time, or do you think it's still kind of the same? What are your thoughts?
Actually, I feel like it's easier.
Okay,
like it's easier?
Yeah, because of TikTok.
Okay.
I feel like TikTok, their algorithm is different than Instagram. Like TikTok just pushes everything to the For You page. Like you can post and maybe sometimes it doesn't land on the For You page, but for sure, if you keep posting, there has to be one video that's going to hit on the For You page.
Yes.
And once it hits on the For You page, a lot of people are going to see it. And if they like your video, that's how you get followers right away.
Wow.
Amazing.
You know, you're so right, because some of the posts that we've done, some of them were kind of like, oh, this one's going to go viral. I know it for a fact. They didn't get almost no views.
Right.
And then we do another one. They're like, this is a little mediocre and 1.4 million views. Like, what in the world's going on here?
Yeah.
And
I've had those videos too. I'm like, oh, like I feel like they're not going to do good. And out of nowhere, they blow up.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
oh my God, what?
I love this.
I'm like, what am I doing?
I love it. And I think like people forget that this is work and you can monetize off of this. And you know, you were going to be an influencer and then it kind of fell in your hands, but you still had to put in some work, you know, getting ready that night, you know, it was like that is work, and people don't understand that. So, you know, just one video could truly throw you in that For You page. And if you get, you know, a nice amount of views, then you can start monetizing this, you know. But I think what you're trying to get through to all of us is that you do have to also keep posting, is what you're saying, right?
Being
so
consistent.
Being consistent, as long as you keep going, one is eventually going to hit, right? But
before that, I was actually still trying to be an influencer.
Yes.
So I remember when I started, back in the day, it was more like the beauty industry, more like makeup tutorials when nobody really know how to do their makeup. Because now everybody knows how to do their makeup. Like I see 14-year-olds. I'm like, girl, I wish I looked like that when I was 14.
Oh my God, yeah.
But
all tutorials.
Back in the day, they would do like, makeup tutorials. So I would always do my makeup, post on Instagram, try to be on the explore page because it was Instagram. TikTok wasn't here yet.
Right.
So I would always hashtag everything, like hashtag makeup, hashtag tutorial, hashtag beauty creations. Beauty creations, like any makeup brand, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, it didn't hit. So I was like kind of sad.
Yeah.
And I kept doing school. And then it took me like a while to start my YouTube channel.
Yes.
Got it.
And then when I started my YouTube channel, I remember hitting like 100 subscribers in a day. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, my people.
That's good. Yeah.
It's really good because it was just like my people from college and high school at the time.
Oh, nice.
I was like, oh my God, like that's so good. Like I'm going to post. And I was posting on YouTube here and there, but I was still in school. And then I was also transitioning from graduating to looking for a job.
Got it.
So I kind of just stopped doing YouTube because I was like, okay, I need to look for a real job.
Got it.
Even though what you were paying.
Right, it wasn't paying, but it still is a real job. I know that's hard to, but it really is. It's just when it's not paying, of course, your mindset's like, I need to go elsewhere. But like, what influenced you to be an influencer? Because was there like a
other
moment?
Influencers.
Oh my God! Like which one? Like that made you where you were like
somebody
that sparked your attention, your mind.
You know how I told you guys that it was like more beauty industry.
Yes.
So I would always watch like the beauty gurus. So like Desi Perkins is one of them.
Okay.
Do you guys know who she is?
I think I've seen her on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I Love Sarai.
Okay.
Who else? Like Manny MUA, Laura Lee.
Love it.
Jenny 69.
Okay.
So it was just like a lot of influencers. And I also had a friend that used to go to high school with me, and her name is Erica Angel. She's like one of the OG influencers.
Oh, nice.
And
amazing.
Yeah, when I would see her, I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like,
that is so cool.
She's an influencer.
Yeah, because you can see also that they're doing well.
Yeah.
You can see that, yes, they're getting millions of views and they're obviously getting paid, but it takes work. But,
I think it's more like you're seeing them do what they love and also getting paid for it. So it's more like they love their job instead of like, sometimes you don't love your job. And
exactly.
I love this.
So like you're doing something that you love and you're also getting paid. So that's what attracted me to it. I'm like, oh my God, because I always wanted to do videos and like be out there. Like I always wanted to be a model.
Oh my God. You are. Right. Sorry, just say.
Let's be obvious, right?
Right.
So I always wanted to be like in that industry,
Yes.
So that was also another thing.
Oh my God. I love that so much.
What's on your videos? Are you more passionate about doing makeup videos? And I mean, this is for viewers because I have seen your page and I'm going to assume I know which ones, but which are you more passionate about? Doing makeup, doing comedy, doing runway, doing collaborations? What kind of things do you enjoy most when you post your content?
I think everything. I think everything's like part of me showing my life to my viewers.
Okay.
So I just love sharing my life to them, to them.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I love sharing my life because they get an insight of who I really am. And sometimes I feel like I don't share enough because when I come to podcasts, I talk about certain things and they're like, we didn't know that about you, girl.
My God, I love this.
But I think I need to work on that too, like showing more of like my personal life. But, whenever I go travel, I bring them with me on YouTube. Whenever even on TikTok, I do my Get Ready With Me's. And Get Ready With Me is like, I talk about what I'm doing when I'm traveling or wherever I'm at, and I'm also doing my makeup at the same time.
Yes, I love getting ready with you. So I'm like a super fan. And I'd be like watching you all the time. And even just when you're making like your shakes and showing us how you're eating in the morning and the scoops and you like are
even
there.
That, like just showing them like what I eat throughout the day. I'm going to the gym. Like I show them what I'm wearing. Because now you go to the gym and you wear a cute outfit.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You can't go in like pajamas.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe cute pajamas, but not
okay, that might work.
I don't know.
And it's so amazing because even, for me, like it helps, it may because you're on the inside, but from the outside, you're like helping so many individuals. And I know all of you guys who are fans, you know what I mean, know what I mean, because I'm right there. It's in the morning, it's 7 a.m. and Marlene is over here making her greens, her shakes, and being all healthy. And I'm just like, Mike, get up and go make your greens. And so you inspire, not only are you an influencer, you're inspiring people to be better, to, get up and live their lives, live it in a healthy way, in a fun way. You just are all of it. And I love it so much.
And sometimes it's hard. So sometimes when I'm not eating healthy, I also show my viewers that I'm not eating healthy, because I think that's what they like, seeing real raw footage of it's hard sometimes to eat super healthy all the time. I'd be breaking my diet sometimes.
Right.
But that's okay, because sometimes you need that to
and
get
it's like
back
life,
on it,
right?
It's life.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people do sugarcoat it.
Right.
And one thing you don't do is you don't sugarcoat it.
Right. Because everybody thinks that your life is perfect as an influencer.
Yes.
It's not. At the end of the day, we're still human. We still make mistakes.
Exactly.
I think that's the hard part about influencing, that everybody expects you to be perfect.
Right.
And it's not always like that.
Yes, I feel you on that. I believe we did a video shoot in a mansion in Bel Air.
Yeah, we did.
Which we'll have a house in Bel Air very soon, you know what I mean?
Yes, manifesting.
Manifesting. Exactly. We got that Bel Air home. I've already said it. But we had filmed in a different location of somebody else's home, but the amount of people that wrote us and they're like, oh, your home is amazing. And they're like, oh, we know the doctor who lives next door. And I'm just like, oh, this is nice, but it's not my house. Yeah. But that's what people were thinking. Right. You know what I mean? Because people think
just because of you posting it.
Yeah, just from us posting it. So, I think it's great that you actually share your true life. I mean, this is our true life. It was an actual video we're doing, but people were just looking at us like if that was our house. Again, for you, you're actually there from morning to night, bringing them with you, like you say, bringing us with you. And, we get to see you, eat healthy, or when it's not healthy, and we get to be like, okay, well, it just wasn't me, because like you said, it's real life. And, sometimes we need to see people that we can, relate to and be like, okay, today I slipped. At least my girl Mar slipped today too. Not that we wanted you to, but we're like, hey, she's
I
on our level.
Slipping. I think that's fun.
I love sleeping.
Slipping.
Oh, slipping. What do you mean by
slipping?
Mood? I love sleeping.
I love taking naps.
I
need a nap right now.
I love sleeping.
Wait, what do you mean by sleeping?
Oh, slipping. So you're always showing us, like you said, if we're on a diet and you slip a little bit.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I have gum in my mouth. My bad. I have gum in my mouth.
No, you're good. You're good.
And so you always are there and showing your real world. You're sharing your world when you're slipping, and you know what I mean. For me, it's I slip all the time.
I love that. I'm gonna use that now.
You know what I mean? Right. Yes. And I love it because it's just so real. It's so real. You know what I mean?
And talk about the slipping. Those hot Cheetos.
Oh my god! I love hot Cheetos.
So let's talk about that. So yes, we know you love hot Cheetos.
Let's not talk about it, because I'm gonna make you guys bring.
Can we just post some hot Cheetos?
Is anybody in the back? Can you guys bring hot Cheetos?
Oh my god, no! And they have to be extra hot, right?
Extra hot.
Extra hot.
Yes, they're more crunchier.
Or they're crunchier.
They're crunchier.
Okay, you're gonna hate Eli right now.
The regular ones.
You're gonna hate Eli right now because
he doesn't like spicy.
He doesn't like spicy. He puts one hot Cheeto in his mouth, and he's like, I'm like,
okay, I am coughing. I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but I don't know. I just can't handle it. I can't handle the heat.
Yeah, it makes me sad. I'm like, you're missing out on extra hot.
Yeah, but then you tear up a whole entire large bag without even thinking.
I do. He's putting me on
Valentina.
Yes.
He's like drunk on it. He's like, what did I do? I'm like, God, you're drunk.
He's like at 3 a.m. eating the hot Cheetos.
No, I have to tell Eli to take the bag away from me. You have to do that. I'm so bad.
The funny thing is I don't take it away because I literally want him to indulge in
he will not.
What about the next morning though?
Oh my god, worst day ever.
Oh my god, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about the morning after.
And then I tell him, it's all you. I told you to stop.
Oh my god.
Wow. My mom hates when I eat hot Cheetos. Or when I eat anything bad, like noodles.
Right.
I love noodles.
Me
oh my
too.
god, I wish I could eat them every day.
Yes. With lemon.
Top ramen or the samyang. I think I'm pronouncing.
Yeah, those are good too.
Oh my god, those are so delicious.
Legit.
I'm getting hungry.
But they already know how, right? But they already know how we're gonna be the next day. So don't eat that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to work tomorrow.
Not even that. My mom's always been like, maintain your physique, like always get ready.
Yes. Oh,
right
love
now,
that.
like earlier, you mentioned how you always have to be ready.
Yes.
Because you never know.
Right.
My mom always taught me that.
Oh
She
my
was
God, I
like,
love
never
that.
leave the house without being ready.
Oh my
Correct.
God,
I don't want you in the grocery store with PJs. She would always tell me that.
Yes, I
I'm
love
like,
her.
Why? She's like, because you just never know who you're gonna meet.
Exactly.
And people, it's sad, but people treat you the way you look.
Yeah.
Very true.
100%.
Very
I mean,
true.
there was even a time I would bring up a scenario. There was a time I dressed with my hat sideways, my hair down.
Mhm.
I looked like a child, and I'm the CEO, mind you, from the company, right?
Right,
and I'm
right.
sitting in the back of the office, and people come in randomly. Oh, we're here to apply for a loan. I'm like, and I'm the only person there. I'm like, I'm the CEO. I look like a
I'm
child.
oh.
So, but I wasn't dressed right. And you're right.
Right,
Like your
right.
mom is so smart because my
Oh,
parents
yeah.
were exactly the same way. Dress up, impress, be ready for whoever walks into that
Right.
door because
Mhm.
that
'Cause-
person could change your life.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like that's happened to me a lot.
It's so
Yes,
crazy.
You know what I mean?
definitely. And then just kind of getting into, I know we're talking about your mom. She's
Mhm.
must be Hispanic, correct?
Yes.
Love it, love it. Okay,
¿De dónde?
we need
¿De
to
dónde?
meet her.
She's from a pueblito called Tejupilco.
Oh my god.
Tejupilco?
Tejupilco.
Oh, wow.
Tejupilco.
Okay.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Where's
I
that?
know, I'm like Tejupilco. It's like passing Valle de Bravo.
Okay.
But my dad's from DF.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Do you
Got
know
it.
where these places?
Is that Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Mexico.
Yeah.
That's all
It's
I
a
know.
little deeper
It's
Mexico,
within
no?
Mexico.
Is it a
It's
little
like
deeper?
The capital of Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Love it. Love
Okay,
it. We
cool.
need to like educate ourselves a little bit more.
No,
it's okay.
Like we need to educate ourselves.
Well, I'm from Zacatecas, where my parents are,
Okay.
and you're from
Durango.
Oh, I love that.
Love it.
Them
And
Durangos.
you know, so the Hispanic community, I feel like they are literally heavily like your fans as well. And
Yeah.
do they have like a special place in your heart? I feel like you have like a lot of Hispanic
Yes.
women and girls and a lot of that.
Yeah,
Maybe you
I
could talk
do.
to us
Especially
about that.
because I bring like my parents into my videos sometimes,
Okay.
or
Oh, nice.
my family. I try to include them too, just so they can
Yes.
see that side of me.
Mhm.
So I feel like a lot of Latinos also follow me.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think
Yes.
most of my following is Latinos.
Oh my god, I
Nice.
love
yeah,
this.
so I love that
this.
because it's just like my little community. I'm like,
Yes.
And
do,
then-
do they have like a nickname? You know how like
Well, I usually just call them Dizzles.
oh my god,
I knew it.
Can I
Okay,
be called a Dizzle? Like
Yes.
I'm one of your Dizzles. I'm one of your Dizzles. Oh my god,
Yes.
this is so cool.
You're
We
part
He's
of
got
my
another.
Dizzle.
Okay,
Dizzle.
I'm
You
part
got
of the
another
Dizzle
one.
crew. Love this so much. And it's so amazing because I'm sure like you get so much, and from like girls and boys, but like I'm sure because the beauty community
Right.
is really highly based in the women, but and men nowadays. But I'm sure you get like a lot of the girls writing you and how
Right.
inspiration you are. Kind of like when you used to look at your people, your
Yes.
influencers. Now
Mhm.
that is that starting to happen to you?
Yeah. So
Mhm.
they write me sometimes like telling me like, oh my God, we're so
Mhm.
proud of you. Like keep going.
Oh, no way.
So that's
so
really,
cool.
that's so cool and so
Mhm.
nice to see because I'm like, there's people out there that are rooting for me. So
Yes.
Wow.
I feel like that's what keeps me going.
Yes.
I
And
love it.
recently, I think like 3 days ago, I have a follower, which I know, I forgot her name. I think her
Mhm, mhm.
name is Wendy.
Okay.
But I hadn't talked to her in like forever. And she messaged me. She's like, oh my
Mhm.
God, I just want to say hi. It's been a long time.
Yes.
My sister just wanted me to tell you that you're doing great. To keep
Oh,
going.
Wow.
Like,
No way.
do what you do because you're
Mhm.
doing amazing. And I'm
Oh.
like, oh, like
Oh
that
my
really means a
God.
lot.
Yes.
Because sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough
Mhm.
or I feel like I'm not getting anywhere or I feel
Mhm.
lost sometimes.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Mhm.
people tend to feel that
Uh-huh.
way too.
Yes.
And just reading those messages remind me like, okay,
Yes.
Marlene, like keep going. You're
Right.
doing good.
Right.
Like don't overthink it.
Oh,
So I feel
love
like when you
that.
overthink it, ay, te vas
Yes.
pa abajo.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Right. So then does that like we're talking about good comments, but what
Yeah.
about the bad comments? Is this
the
something
hate
you have to deal with?
comments. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
Which I mean, it's crazy for us because we look at you and like to even have you getting one hate comment, I
Right.
just wouldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
But you're
Right.
sitting here telling us that you do get it.
Mhm.
but I feel like it's just, you know, the trolls on
Okay.
on
The trolls,
social
yep.
media.
Okay,
Like
okay.
they don't know what to do and
Got
they
it.
just try like commenting anything
Mhm.
like negative.
Right.
And sometimes I try to ignore it.
Right.
Well, for the most part, I ignore them.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because I don't want that negativity in my life.
Right. Right.
Like,
exactly.
keep it away
No.
from me.
Yeah. Like you just
But-
look past it.
Right.
Like because that's how bad they are.
Yeah, I
sometimes.
read it and I'm like, all right, block.
Right. Okay.
I block.
Yes.
Like
okay.
I'm blocking anybody
Yes.
who comments.
Great idea.
Right.
But
right.
sometimes I have time, girl.
Mhm.
Like if you're
Right,
gonna clap
you know?
at me, I'm gonna clap
Mhm.
back.
Right. Right.
Good.
But I try not to because I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, that's just wasting my time. Like I should just focus on the good, you know?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I
of course,
try to
there's those
control myself
triggers.
sometimes not to clap back and I just block.
Right.
Yeah.
Because some of them I'm sure are so triggering that you just can't
Right,
control it.
Right. But it's like, if you have nothing nice to say, then why comment it?
Mhm.
And there's always going to be
God,
trolls. There's, and that's the saddest part. I think it's the inside of people that aren't even happy with themselves.
Right.
So they take it out on other people.
And
It's
that's
so
also
dumb.
like the people that don't do good in life.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you really think about it.
Yes.
Because I remember me watching influencers
Yes.
when I was growing up. I never commented anything
Yeah.
like bad on
Yeah.
their page.
Right.
Just like last time, I think like a month ago, I came across
Mhm.
some of my followers were liking a comment that I posted on another influencer's page, but like years back when I was not an influencer.
Okay.
And I looked at it and I kind of cringed because I'm like, oh my God, but it was such a positive comment.
Okay.
Like I was telling her, you go girl. Oh my
Oh,
God,
yay.
I love you. Like,
Oh
yes,
my
F what
God.
people say. Like,
Oh,
you do
yes.
you.
Okay.
So now seeing other people tell me that, I'm
Mhm.
like, oh my God,
right.
it feels nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it's the most uncringiest
Yeah,
thing.
because I used to do that. Like I
Yeah,
used to tell girls like,
exactly.
you do you, you keep doing you, you're doing
Dang.
amazing. Like don't listen to
Wow.
these haters. And now
Right.
they're telling me that. So I'm like,
yeah.
that is so
It's like
good.
good karma, you
yeah,
know?
and I have the chills because I like
Yeah.
feel that energy
Yeah.
go with
Yeah.
you, and that's so beautiful. But
It's
and
good
I guess
karma.
I just have like another question about
Yeah.
the like haters. Do you feel like is it really all haters, or is there bots? And I don't know if this is a stupid question. Do you feel like some of them are robots?
the robots, I feel like you can tell who they are.
Okay, so
Just
there
'cause
really
they
are
comment
some.
like
Yeah.
weird stuff.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, sometimes I'm reading, I'm like, what are you talking
right,
about?
Right, yeah.
So I try to block them too because I
Okay.
just know that they're bots. But
yeah.
you can tell when it's a
Okay.
hater.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
They don't have a
like-
profile picture sometimes. Like
Okay,
they
no
don't have
followers,
no
Yeah.
followers.
Even the
It's kinda
bots
like
have
a
a
spam.
profile picture.
Right.
They're like,
Even
they
the
step
bots
it up.
do have
right,
a profile
right.
picture. Yeah.
But the real haters, they're like,
yeah,
they're just,
hidden.
They're hidden.
And for a reason, girl,
Right.
because
Mhm. for real,
don't
for
get
real.
the heat too.
you know, just say.
So guys, so Marlene
Love it.
Dizzle has created a huge impact in her circle, and obviously she's also, well, I'm gonna say you're your own fan because she looks back in the past and realizes like, damn, like I'm now this influencer. So for people to find out more about you, and again, this is not the end. I wanted to ask a question about your
Yeah.
followers.
Wait, before we start, let's take a shot for Marlene. Let's do this. for
Let's
the
start.
Dizzle.
By let's you mean us or
Yeah,
I
you
know,
guys.
he
I'm
means
gonna.
us.
Okay, I did say us, but I need Eli to do it for me today. So let's go. Let's go.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. We need them to
I'm like,
finish
I say
this.
no
We
to
need them
shots, you guys.
know.
Yeah.
Let's go. Because we have to
Jesus.
keep tradition. You know what I mean? Like it's the only way.
Tradition.
Tradition. Yeah.
This
You
was
guys
never a
always do-
tradition.
Do you guys always do shots?
We do shot, champagne,
think he
Celsius.
does.
Mainly me,
I'm like,
but
oh,
that's
he-
what this
he
He
time.
failed me today,
I know,
guys.
I did. I'm so sorry. I'll take half of Eli's.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, ready?
Oh, period.
Cheers to
Cheers.
Dizzles. We love you. Let's go. Just because we have to keep tradition. Love you so much.
So good.
Thank you
Cheers.
guys for having me.
Cheers.
Amazing.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Okay, before the
Yes,
shot.
what were you going to ask?
Before the shot.
Right.
So, how many followers do you have right now? Like, I know maybe you don't know yet and it keeps going up, but on TikTok and social media, have you counted?
On TikTok, I have like 800K.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
And
yes.
then on Instagram, I'm like almost to 300K.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Love
and then
it.
YouTube, I'm still growing it.
Oh my God. Yes.
So I have like 88K.
Okay.
Oh my, okay.
God.
Yeah.
So for one, I'm a believer that on YouTube, it's so organic.
Oh my God, yes.
Mhm.
I love YouTube.
Me too. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. We are nowhere near your numbers. We started doing podcasts. We do a lot of short clips and all that, but it's been, some things are viral, but most things are not.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't do very fun, exciting content like you, and you're a model too, so that's different.
Yeah.
But 80,000 is a lot to me on YouTube
Yes.
because it's
Yeah.
organic. You can't even buy followers there.
Yeah.
So how does that just happen? Did it happen overnight? Did it take you a couple of weeks?
So when I started Twitter and TikTok, I grew my Twitter first and then my TikTok at the same time. And then I continued with Instagram.
Okay.
And then I don't know why I didn't start. I kind of like slipped right there. How did you say it? Slipped?
Oh, slips.
Yeah.
Keyword slip.
Slipping.
I was
Keyword
slipping
slip.
She was
on
slipping.
YouTube.
Slipping.
Oh no.
Okay.
Because
Saving it for last.
I wasn't doing
Yeah.
YouTubes on YouTube yet.
Okay.
And I don't know why no se me prendió el foco.
Yeah,
and I was
because
like,
you were doing
"Girl."
like makeup and everything, perfect like
Right.
platform.
So I'm like, why did I not start on
Okay.
YouTube right away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of lagged on starting
Mhm.
YouTube. And then after I'm like, okay, I'm going to do YouTube. But
Mhm.
I think also because YouTube takes a lot of time, like
Yes.
editing, like
Yeah, it
editing,
does.
it's a lot.
Right.
So at the time I was just focusing on Twitter, Instagram and
Mhm.
Twitter, Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
Okay.
And when I started YouTube, I started with the video and I couldn't get monetized yet because they have certain requirements.
Right.
So like the 4,000 watch view,
Mm.
1,000 followers. And at the time I had like 1,000 followers. So when I promoted it, I did get to 1,000 followers
Oh, got it.
because people were already familiar with me on
Yes.
TikTok and Instagram.
Oh, great. Okay.
So they were like, oh my God, yes, she's going to post on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh, yay.
But it started slowly, really. Like I
Mhm.
think the more you post, the more followers you get, obviously consistency.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And YouTube, I love it because it's so organic, like you said.
Got
And
it.
every time I post, I feel like my followers go up.
Mhm.
But that's because
Mhm.
people want to see your life.
Right.
Like every step. Like let's say right now, if I was vlogging,
Yes.
this is what we're doing like in real life, you
Right.
know? And not a lot
Exactly.
of people get to see this.
That's
Right.
so true.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a TikTok vlog where you kind of have to be a little bit more perfect with it,
Mhm,
or
mhm.
even Instagram, it's more like picture perfect.
Mhm.
YouTube is just like you wake up, you show them how you wake
Got
up,
it.
you brush your teeth with
Okay.
them.
Okay.
You go to
love
the
this.
restroom with them, you eat with
Wow.
them. It's like
this is great.
your life, like
Got
how you
it.
are.
So I
Okay.
love this advice. So guys,
Yes.
like, okay, for me,
We're learning too. This
We're
is
learning
amazing.
because honestly,
Yeah.
our YouTube, we post nothing but podcasts. And
Right.
It's not
And it's not
vlogs.
bad because everybody has their niche, you know?
Got it.
Got it.
But like, mixing in the real world Eli and Mike will, maybe get us to go up a little
Right.
bit more.
That's
which
a
is
good
amazing.
idea. Imagine
you know what I
like
mean?
how crazy they'll see you do blow drying your hair.
A blow dry in
And
our hair.
not a lot of people get to see
Right.
like behind the scenes of what goes on with you guys.
So true.
Okay, love
So that would be, I
this.
feel like people would
I
love
like
to see that. Because
oh my god, so
people
amazing.
are, dude,
Yes.
I'm a chismosa
Yeah.
girl. Like,
Same,
I'm
same.
gonna go someone's page and I want to see what exactly
Yeah,
they're
what are they
doing.
doing? Wow.
I'm like,
see?
that's why I'm on your page.
Yeah.
Because you're like in the morning.
Yes, he's like, he's
I'm
just
like,
eating
what is
cereal,
going on
watching
today?
you put on lip gloss. I'm like, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
No,
the
that's
best.
me
It's
too.
the
Or
best.
even when I'm eating cereal, I'm like, let me just
Right.
talk to them because
Yeah. Yes.
you're like just communicating with them and just
Exactly.
eating
Wow.
cereal. So they
Yeah.
love watching you eat cereal.
Yes. No, legit.
You know,
have somebody
it's
to
just
eat
like
with in the
little
morning.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a
much.
pointer. That's definitely
Yes.
something we got to do.
Definitely, definitely.
So
Love it.
question for you: what in your habitat of people, of your circle, of your close circle, we'll say,
Mm.
who has been your biggest inspiration as far as somebody who you're very connected to, or who's been your biggest collaborator? Like who's somebody that you can see like, wow, like they collaborated with me and they're huge.
Well, okay, so I collabed with Jenny69.
Mhm,
So I
mhm.
did mention that she was one of the ones that I used to
Yes.
watch.
Yes.
Which the comment that I commented was on her page.
Oh my
actually.
god.
The one where like
okay.
Here's
my
the
followers were
connections.
liking, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Oh my
It's happening.
So I was like a fan of hers. I still
Yes.
am, but I was a
Yes.
fan of hers before I was an influencer.
Oh my gosh.
So I collabed with her. I remember when she
Wow.
messaged me, I was like, oh.
No way.
She was like, come to my house, girl. Like, let's hang out.
No
and I was like,
way.
oh my god. But I didn't expect to do a video with her. Like,
Okay.
it just
Okay.
happened naturally.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what I liked about it because it
Okay.
wasn't
Okay.
like, oh, let's collab
Wow.
or let's do this, you know.
And like, how
She
did you
just
reach
invited
out?
me.
Like, how did you reach out to her? Because I know there's a lot
How
of
did
people
we
out there.
meet?
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that have influencers they look up to, but
They
they're
do.
like even scared to write them like, hey, how's your
Right.
day? So like, how did
Mhm.
you reach out to
So
Jenny?
so I actually met her because of Adam.
okay.
Okay.
At
yes.
the time
Got
when
it.
Adam was
Mhm.
in LA, he was
Mhm.
staying with me.
Okay.
And when he was collabing with people,
Right. And
I
he,
was just
he was
going
already
with-
viral?
yeah, he was
Okay,
viral.
yeah. Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
I was going with him,
Yes.
and she knew me too, and
Mhm.
she was just, well, I was there with them, and she was just very nice to me.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my god, I love her vibe,
Oh
and
my God.
we were all just having fun. And then out of nowhere, I think she's like, we should hang out
Mhm.
like next time. And then
Okay.
I think she wrote to me on DM.
Loves it.
Yeah, and I was like
Okay.
shook when she DM'd me because I'm
Yeah.
like,
You're like,
Me?
wow. Yeah, yeah,
Really?
exactly.
Me?
You know,
That's
you know.
so cool.
Yeah.
So then I just replied back, and I remember going to her house, but I was so nervous
Oh
because it
my
was just
God.
me this time.
Okay.
No way.
So I'm like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hang out with her. Like I've always been a fan. I was so nervous.
God.
And out of nowhere, she was like, okay, I'm vlogging. Like, and I was like, oh my God, I love that.
Okay.
So it was just natural.
Okay,
like I didn't
yeah.
even feel like we were collabing.
Got it.
Okay.
It was more
Got
like
it.
we were hanging out and having
Mhm.
fun.
And you went not even knowing you were doing a video, and it goes
Right.
on, and the natural of
Right.
it all.
And then
That's so
after that, we
amazing.
did hang out more, like a couple
Mhm.
more times. And we went to a restaurant and we
Mhm.
vlogged that
Oh
too.
my God,
And it was so
love
much
that.
fun.
And so,
Yeah.
do you think then that maybe the answer to getting like to your, influencer that you love so much is it's really like the word relationships? Maybe like you got to her
Right.
through another person, kind of.
Yes.
And then-
So it's always important because if I wouldn't have known Adam,
Mhm.
and I'm always so grateful for Adam
Mhm,
because he
mhm.
introduced me to
Nice.
a lot
Mhm.
of the people in the
We
industry.
love you, Adam.
I know we love
We
you.
love you.
So I assume Adam's kind of like the original main.
Yeah, he's
Connector for you.
Rosa.
Yes, Rosa. Oh my God,
Rosa.
Rosa.
And I was
And-
Marlene. So we were like best friends.
Oh my God, yes.
Well, we still are, but
Uh-huh.
I mean, like social media best friends, as in
Right.
like Rosa and Marlene.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
So people always saw us together,
Yeah.
and it
That
was
is so
kind of
cool.
like
yeah.
that's how. Whenever he came to LA,
Uh-huh.
I would go with him,
Mhm.
and that's how I got introduced to other people
That's
Love
so cool.
it. Okay.
So,
love this.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
cool.
because
I
we
love
know I
it.
love it so much. We
Yeah.
have experiences like that where a relationship has got us to another
Absolutely.
relationship. And,
Yes.
now we're hanging around Paris Hilton for one.
Oh my God, I know. I
you
saw
know?
that. I was like, wow, iconic.
Oh my God, yes,
I
love it.
Definitely
that.
iconic for sure.
Yeah, but truly, and thank you, but truly, I came through somebody just like your friend Adam. We had a
Right.
friend,
Mhm.
and she was able to connect us at a party, and then from that party, Paris saw us, and she's like, "Oh my God, like who are you guys?" And then we talked to her.
And that's why it's always
Yeah.
important to be a good person
Yes,
and be nice to people
Yes.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
you just never know, like, why be
Yeah.
a mean girl?
No, and I love this, like because
So
also
true.
the person that introduced us at that party or took us to that party, I think it's actually true. Like she was not really when we met the one that introduced us to Paris, the one we
Mhm,
met,
mhm.
she wasn't like the best people with our people.
Mhm.
But because we're like good people and because
Right.
we don't have
Yeah.
that, we weren't in a situation
Right,
like that.
right,
And
right.
we're like, well, we could still be good to her.
Right.
And then, so us being, good to people, which was her, again, that got us into another
Yeah.
situation, which bring us
Exactly.
a relationship. And then it goes from there, which is so amazing. I mean, even right now, currently, and I can't say the name, but I even have a client that I'm currently working with in real estate, which came from me just being at a Paris Hilton event.
Right.
And so like, it's like
Insane.
from
It's crazy.
relationships to business, and it all could happen just like you said, it really all starts with being a kind person. And
Yeah.
you know what I
It
mean?
does.
So love that
It's
so
good
much.
karma, like I said.
Yes,
It really is. It
good
really
karma.
is.
I love that.
So within all this fun, let's find the origins of Marlene. So I know you already said you're from Tupac?
Tejupilco.
From Tupac.
Eli.
I don't know where it is.
He
Tupac.
speaks really good Spanish. So
Tupico.
Yeah.
Tampico.
wow.
Oh my God, I love that juice.
I do too.
Dude, I was obsessed with it when I
I
was
think they got
little.
rid of it because it was bad for you.
Oh,
Really? No, they still sell
Yeah,
it.
we still be buying the
Okay.
gallon.
Oh, do
so,
you? Okay,
yeah,
man.
I be getting the gallon.
But
Oh,
it
really?
did have so much sugar, huh?
Right.
I
Bad
know.
for
Hey,
you.
that got us through our morning.
It
I
like
liked it
beats.
more than the. Oh, okay, let me not say.
No,
Yeah.
say
Let
it,
me
say
not
it.
The no brand.
Because there was
Okay.
one no brand, and I used to get that too. And I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like, this
no.
is not Tampico.
Yeah. No, not.
But I put up with it. We're like,
I
hey.
think our parents were trying to kill us with
Oh my
Tampico.
God.
They're like, just drink it up.
Oh man.
For real, like,
It's so
cállate.
sugar.
Yeah. Hey, it worked.
We didn't care because it's so sweet. We're like,
We're like, okay,
Like,
we'll
I'll
be
take
good.
this.
Yeah, we're like, we'll be good. That was our coffee, I think.
no, it really was.
Yes.
So question
Love
for
it,
you. So
love
your origin. So I'm assuming you come from a humble beginning, like maybe your household. Can you explain a little bit how you grew up?
Yeah, well, I had a really good childhood. I don't
yay.
think I can complain about anything. My parents were always, working, trying to give us the best they
Oh
can.
my god, yes.
And to the point where they would leave us alone in the house. But I feel like
Yeah.
every Mexican household
You
does
know,
that.
I don't know
Like-
why, but I even do that to my kids right
Yeah.
now.
I'll
That I
second
just
the
stay home.
motion.
Like,
I'll
I'm
second
going
the
to work.
motion.
You guys stay here.
Yes,
So
right.
it was my
Lock
big
the
brother.
doors.
You're right.
We're
like,
good. We're
don't
good.
look outside the window.
Yeah, yeah.
But still take out the trash and make sure you walk the
Yes.
dogs.
In the kitchen,
Like,
clean.
why?
Yes, yeah.
And figure out what you're going to eat.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
here.
There's food in the
Yes,
pantry.
yes.
Don't even call me.
Hey, but they did good. Look, we're all here today.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
they
alive.
did good.
All
So
independent, but yes.
they would always be working. Like I had my big brother, he was like 13 and I was like probably 7 or 6 at the time because we're all 5 years apart. So I have 2 brothers.
Okay.
The younger one still wasn't around at the time. And
there's 3 of you.
No, actually, my younger one was at the time because we're 5 years apart. So if I was 6, he was a baby.
He was like, okay.
Yeah.
So
but they would always be working. Like they would leave us at home alone.
Yes, love it.
I would never complain because they would work hard. And I think for them, like coming back and taking us to trips, like they would take us to Hawaii, Cancun. So we knew that they were working hard to give us what we were getting. So we were never complaining about you're leaving us alone. Or, you're not a good parent, or you're not giving us attention, you know? Because our time with them was like us traveling with them.
Got it.
And my mom does have her business, which is a photography business. Well, both of my parents, my mom and my dad. And they started it when my baby brother was born. And you know, they've always hustled their whole entire life.
Nice.
And I grew up watching them hustle. And growing too. So I mean, I had a pretty good childhood. I can't complain. I can't complain. I had a good childhood.
Yeah, and this is beautiful to hear because, not gonna lie, we have had a couple of people in the same chair you're in, and it's when we ask the question, it's always starting, well, my childhood wasn't that great.
Right.
So when you said, well, I had like a great childhood, it's nice to hear a different side of the story.
Well, I can sit here and be like, oh, well, my parents weren't here.
Right.
But it's like, why? Like, I feel like at the end of the day, every parent tries to give their best to their kids. And I'm never going to judge my parents for whatever. Like, let's say they didn't give me enough time. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, yeah, like my parents never gave me enough time. Like, I'm never going to do that because they hustled their whole entire life to give me a good lifestyle, and
that's so
I appreciate that from them.
And just
I could like cry right now. That was really
me too.
beautiful.
Like,
no, that
really
was so
was.
beautiful. Like,
I mean, just you saying that alone, it's kind of an impact of how they treated you, how they made you raise, how you were raised. Because for you to say that you could be somebody, I mean, because I think at the end, the bloodline of somebody's transferring their energy to you, which is usually your parents. You get a lot of the habits, a lot of the actions from your parents, and you learn from them. Even not knowing, I mean, you're a hard worker just like your parents, but you don't even see it that way. They're just hard workers, but you get it because you saw it. You were witnessing the things that we're doing. You're like, and you didn't do it on, I'm going to purposely work hard. You just do it because it just runs there. It just,
and because you see them work hard.
Right.
And I think I was gonna say something, I forgot. Brain fart.
No, it's fine. And actually, if I could say something, so like, if you're watching this and you're a child, or you're still under your parents' roof or whatnot, a lot of children, they look at hardworking parents as, like you said, well, they're not here for me. They don't care about me. But if you really have a different mindset, like Marlene, you could. It's actually the better mindset is what you have, because most children will look at, well, you don't have time for me, and it could hurt them a lot.
Yeah.
And even if you're not a child, and maybe you're a parent, well, your message actually just touched me, and I think it touched Eli at the same time because we looked at each other in the eyes when you said this. But basically, you stating that you're not going to look at your parents like that because they do care, and you feel that, and you even have a connection with them where you saw they worked so hard, but then there was, when time was for you, when it was time to go on vacation or travel, you knew that was your time with them, and you knew they worked hard for that. And I think me and Eli as dads, we go through this same exact thing. We work all the time. We wake up at 4 a.m. We get home at 10 p.m. at night. We get maybe 10, 20 minutes with our kids, and then it's time to go to sleep. Yeah. But, I think in my heart, I believe that they think like you. Yeah. That I never get that feeling of like, oh, like they're like mad at me or they hate me for not being around. I think they see the hard work.
And I would always see it too, because they would take us to these trips, and I would come back so excited, telling my friends like, I went to Hawaii, and they'd be like, oh my God, like how lucky are you to go to Hawaii? And at the time I'm like, wait, not everybody gets to go to Hawaii. But then I realized, it's because my parents are really like working really hard for us to do these things for us. And also like another thing that I realized too as I was growing up is that, well, actually my mom always told me this too, that parents don't come with manuals. Like whenever they're parenting you, it's out of their heart, and you should never judge them because they had it worse. And I never saw my mom complaining about her childhood. And I'm pretty sure she had it worse than I did.
Right. Yeah.
And
Fact, right?
She did tell me about how my grandpa too, how he grew up, how he started working since he was 8 to support his mom and his family. And I was just like, wow, like I'm an 8-year-old having fun outside in my house.
Yes.
That is so good because that's really the true origins of a lot of Hispanics in the country.
Right.
We all grew up naturally by just working hard. We don't complain. We just do whatever it takes to just become the better version of our previous generations.
Right.
Because our generation before, I'm sure my mom and my dad, same thing like yours, they suffered. Definitely worse than us, because for us, I feel like we're in West Hollywood and Sunset Strip on this podcast, sitting on these nice couches, influencing
with AC on,
and these bright lights on us. And they didn't have any of this. They were watching telenovelas on TV and so much more different.
Me too. I love
I think he does that. But it was definitely much different. And now for us, it's like it's on our phone. We can call people so easily. We can influence people by just posting immediate content, which you're amazing at. You do it naturally, and that's one of the main reasons, besides you being amazing and your girlfriend of Oscar and everything. Can I say that?
Yes,
yes.
Okay.
Shout out to Oscar.
Shout out to Oscar.
We love you. One of the mortgage guys.
Yes. But that's what makes people stick to, like, glued to you, because you have this smile, you have this energy that just radiates out of you. Me and Mike are big believers in good energy. We're big believers in positivity.
Yes.
And that's all we ever want as people, speakers in our podcast, because we want to, it's like that energy passes over to us and we want to share our energy back to you. And then our viewers get to see, like, wow, like they're really good people. And obviously the trolls are right. They'll write anyways.
Yeah,
you keep writing, you're going to write anyways. Do it.
Exactly.
You're going to write your troll words. But the fact is, it's even with those words, we're still going to keep going anyways. No matter what, we fall, we get up. We fall, we get up, and we keep growing. And that's what you do good. You like accepting the comments, accepting being this positive human being. So question for you. So where are you going next? What is the next version of Marlene looking at? So I don't know if you've analyzed it, right? Because you're 26.
26, yeah.
So you're 26, right? So you're still very young. Have you considered, when I hit 30, what exactly is Marlene Dizzle going to be doing? Is you going to be mega influencer where now you have your own makeup or things or something, or what is it? What have you envisioned?
We need to know.
So I want to be a boss girl.
Yes. Even though you already are, but
thank you.
But let's hear.
More of a boss girl.
Yes,
I want to have my businesses. Growing up, like I said, my parents had their business.
Yes.
So I always, since I was little, I'm like, oh, when I grow up, I want to have a business like my parents, because I always saw that my whole entire life. And they would be like, oh, what do you want to study in college? And I'm like, business.
Okay, yes, I love that.
Everything.
Yeah, basically business.
That.
Like I just want to be my own boss,
I love that.
And I don't know, I kind of want to do a little bit of everything. Sometimes I will see myself in like movies.
Yes,
so I want to act, because that's how I started with like act. Even though like Marlene was kind of a character when she was doing like the duets with Rosa, she was still acting.
Oh, that's straight acting.
So
and it's so much acting that it's like people believe it, because it's literally acting. Like that was literally you to everybody.
And it's also like you being you, but acting at the same time. So I don't know. Everybody has always been like, oh my God, you should act. I'm like, okay.
God, yes. I love that. And like, what other little things that are, because you want to do a little bit of everything. Acting's one of them.
Acting, modeling. That's
it.
like that's always been my all-time dream. Because a lot of people be like, oh, you're already a model.
You are.
But I'm like, Instagram model.
Okay, there you go.
But not like I always pictured myself as a Victoria's Secret model.
Oh my God, you are one. We need to see this come
Where's
true.
your angel wings?
Yeah, we need to bring the angel. Yeah, they're right here. Exactly. Manifesting.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and like the modeling, because I'm so into that too. Like I feel like I always wanted to do modeling, but for the clothes, not because of my looks, because I really love clothes so much. So I always wanted to walk down a runway because of the beautiful clothes that people create in their minds, but I wanted to showcase it for the people.
Right.
So like, what is it for you in modeling? Is it the whole thing about modeling? Because there's a lot to modeling. It's the makeup, it's the hair, it's the clothes, it's the personality, the way you walk down,
I think it's everything, but especially how you walk down the runway. Because you just look so empowering. Like they just walk.
Right.
It looks like they have no fear, and they're just walking straight to you, and you're like, wow, you just get fascinated by them.
Yes, I love that. Like boss babe, like you said. Okay, like love that.
Babe.
Yes, love
I love how you guys are talking about modeling. I think our speaker next week is the one that does runway clothes, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have our next guest.
He does runway clothes.
Right? We're like, let's connect.
He does runway clothes for like celebrities. So
I love that.
Yeah, he's super connected. So it's little things like that. And again, we're also in the same arena like you are. We're all about building relationships.
Right.
Because that really is like the new money. And I mean, it's not even the money like, hey, give me $100. Not even about that. It's like, why don't we shake hands and become friends?
Yeah.
That's actually to me more valuable than anything. Because after this podcast, you're going to be like, you know, Eli and Mike are kind of cool. Maybe.
Let's go out for dinner.
Right.
Oh, we actually are.
Yes, let's go.
And we're having hot Cheetos.
Yes.
Extra hot.
And yeah, no, definitely. Oh my God, I just lost train of thought. Go ahead. Sorry.
But
no, actually, what I was going to say is, sorry.
It's like, wait, I got it back.
Came back to it. So like, I love your mindset because, you know, and I'm going to bring her up again because she's one of our good friends is Paris Hilton. She's really well known right now because of her putting her hands in basically everything. So, you know, she has her cologne line, she has her clothes line, she has her modeling, she has her, you know, concerts and music. She has been in movies. She still is in movies.
And let's not forget the Hilton Empire.
You know, obviously the real estate that they have. So she's a very hardworking woman, and not a lot of people go after that. Let me put my hands in everything because, you know, for the most part, we are told when you are good at something, you home in on that. You stick to that.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, you know, Marlene and Paris Hilton, you're good at all things or a lot of things. And that in that case, you should be putting your hands in multiple things because then you can really monetize off that, really grow 10 times faster if you have 10 different businesses. You know what I mean?
And sometimes it's good to even try it because let's say you never try it, you'll never know if you're good at it or not.
Exactly.
So
love that.
even if you fail, that's okay. Like you tried it and it didn't work out. Okay, on to the next thing. Like let's try this. And like if you succeed, then there you go. You're good at it.
And that's the best way to grow too. Like you're supposed to fail anyways. It's like how many times like how many times have you actually posted and it didn't work and you're like, ugh, this was a fail. And then you did it again, but you never gave up. You didn't like, I failed, this game over. I'm turning off my phone. I'm deleting Twitter. I'm deleting TikTok, right?
There's times when I post and it doesn't do good. And I tell Oscar, I'm like, oh, babe, like it's not doing good. And he's like, babe, it's okay. Like just keep doing it. Like it's gonna do better next time. I'm like, okay, fine.
But and I know, and I hate it too, because you're like, but I tried so hard for this.
Yeah.
Right? It was like perfect.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you're not good at it. It's just, you know, you just have to keep going.
Right. Because times can get hard. And I even think you have been on with your Dizzles.
Oh, yeah.
I think you've been on, you know, emotional even, you know, like where maybe you're tearing up or, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And you could do this because you really feel connected to your people, right? Like
and they love to see that side of you.
Yeah, you know.
Because you're not always showing that side.
Yes, exactly.
And for me, it's hard to show that side because I don't like people seeing me.
Okay.
Like cry or like, I don't really like to show my emotions that much. But when I do, they love it because they're like, oh my God, like I'm going through the same thing as you. So I'm connecting to you in that way.
Yes.
I love that.
Definitely.
Are you a person that wants to have children later in life?
Yes.
You do?
Oh my God.
Okay. So 1 kid, 2 kids.
I would say 3.
3.
I think 3 is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people say 4. I'm like, Oscar says 4.
Right. Okay.
Oh, he has it easy.
Now we know.
Men have it very easy.
Oh my God.
Like I'm the one that's gonna be carrying them, babe.
For real.
I'm the one that's gonna be stretching.
But I would say 3. Just I mean, I grew up with 2 brothers, so I feel like 3 is like a good.
I like that number.
Like that.
We have 2 kids ourselves, and I mean, obviously, it's but there's not going to be any more kids,
right? And people tell us all the time to like adopt or like you guys can go like have a women or whatever.
Right.
But we're
like,
just like because we went through the baby stages and it's just once you're past that, you're like okay, we passed that, like we're good. You don't want to really start it over. Our son is 16 years old, so it's kind of like going back 16 years, and we're like. No, we're good.
Yeah. I mean, we have the memories anyway. So at the end, it's as long as you raise your kids right and you're happy, you still got to take care of your youth. You still got to work. You got to hustle. And that's really what's important at the end anyways. But I think it's great that you want to have kids because at the end, it's like your legacy. and you want to
Right.
pass it over to them, and maybe there'll be little mini Dizzles,
I
right?
know.
Oh my God, mini Dizzles.
You should get like a clothing line that says Dizzles.
Mini
Oh
Have you thought
yeah,
about that?
Dizzles. That's gonna be your.
Like,
I
mini
have
Dizzles for the
actually.
babies
I have.
Yes.
That
Well,
would
not
be
for
good.
the babies.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my, am I
Right.
spilling too much tea? I already-
Right, I kind of got
I'll
some
catch
secrets
him.
here. I got some secrets here. Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait for this.
This is awesome. This is awesome. So, to kind of end our podcast, we're almost hitting the hour.
Wow.
I know time goes by so fast.
I know.
I
it's
feel
so
like we're
fast.
just like 20 minutes
Right.
in.
I
was
know,
like,
right?
we need another
Where's the
shot.
hot Cheetos?
I know.
I'm thirsty for them. So you're amazing, and honestly, we really get a thrill off doing these podcasts because we get to meet and really get to know more people more often.
Right.
And you are somebody that we wanted to. By the way, we wanted to do a podcast with you a long time
Oh
ago.
my
Yes,
God.
We just
yes.
didn't know
We're
how
so
to do it. We're
honored.
like,
So
but
honored.
Oscar, and I don't know if we should.
Yes.
So, 'cause we
and
only-
Miss Dizzle doesn't do podcasts with just anybody,
Yeah,
so
she
No,
we're
does.
you
really
guys should have
blessed.
told
We're
me
really
since a long
blessed.
time ago.
Oh my
Because
God,
as soon
thank
as
you.
Oscar told me, I'm like, yes.
Oh, thank you.
I'm like, dude, I'm
so
down.
blessed. Oh my God,
So
so
honored.
blessed, so blessed.
Because I told them like, oh, what do you think she'll say? Like, I should send her a message like, oh no, you. So he gave me your number, but I told him like, do you think she'll be on our podcast? Like, yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Because he's such a man too. He's like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, she'll do it. You know, I'm like, fuck, what does that mean? Versus you're like, yeah, whatever.
And then I'd be like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah,
They're
he's-
just like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's not gonna do. Yeah, he's not gonna definitely do that. But I mean, we appreciate you coming here and being on our podcast. And guys, seriously, like, follow Marlene Dizzle. Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, all Marlene Dizzle.
Yes, love
Okay,
it.
so see, that's the best part. It's all exactly the same. Just like me, Eli and Mike, we do the exactly same thing. And I heard that that's important for the brand because
Yes.
people got to be able to find you.
Right.
You know, so that's super cool. So guys, you have to follow her, which most likely you already are.
Right,
And you're
right.
probably not even following us and you're watching this podcast.
Yes, follow them as well, you
Okay,
guys.
let's go.
Right.
And let's team up and let's all give Marlene some love in her DMs because I'm one of you guys. I'm one of the Dizzles. So let's go.
He's
Thank
been
you.
promoted.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh my
I
God,
had such
so
a great
blessed,
time.
So blessed.
I was nervous in the beginning, but then you guys made me feel so comfortable.
Oh my
so
Thank
thank
you.
you guys.
Yeah.
That plus the 2 shots.
Right.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah,
yes,
the shots helped
too.
a little, but it
Right.
was mostly them.
Okay, love
Oh
you,
yeah, we
love
took
you.
one shot offset just in case you saw just taking one.
Wow.
But again, guys, this we're gonna release a couple reels on our social media platforms. And again, this podcast will be released on Sunday, usually around 7 p.m. during the summertime because it's getting hot now. Nobody stays on at 5.
Oh my God, I
So
know.
you watch it at 7. So thanks guys for joining us, and we appreciate you guys, and we love you guys.
Thank you. Love you.
Bye.